Good morning, everybody. This is 3333 Lightworker bringing to you this week's tarot reading from let's say, the 11th, 12th, from the 12th through the 19th, I believe, of July. Now, this week, things should start to begin to move again, positively, though. And so I would say by the 14th, which is I think Tuesday, you might be able to get some good news coming your way. Maybe finally that interview that you applied for 4 months ago. Maybe the employees or the human resources are getting around to getting the okay to hire more people, or that you just happen to apply at the right time and you're getting an interview. Or it could be maybe you have a YouTube channel and people are starting to buy your services and you're getting these emails that the money has already been sent to your account. So those are positive things. So I think next week we'll start to begin to ease our way out of Mercury retrograde and into a more positive outlook and attitude towards this coming week. Now, if in the last couple of days, if you have had something like or feel like something was off, maybe you just didn't feel well, or the people around you kind of edgy or in anger, or they're just mad because they have to work or you don't, or something like that, you just need to just slough it off and not pay attention to it, because it's the year, these planetary happenings. I tell you, this year with planetary happenings, it's just it's nonstop. It's one thing after another that we're having to experience. If you had like a bad pain, say it's in your knee or your thigh, and you got one of those leg cramps that just won't go away, and you're doubling over in pain and you can't get rid of it, just say a prayer and ask the angels to take the pain away from you and heal your body. And they'll do that right away. Because I had somebody, email me and ask me why they were doing that. And it could be that there's a lot of entities in the air, and they're just, wreaking havoc to humans, wanting them to experience negative things in their life because we're coming out of Mercury retrograde. So they want to get their last digs into us before we ease out of that and get back to the workings of life on a positive way. So hopefully, other than that, your life is pretty good. Mine's just hopping around. I feel like I've been a workaholic. That's all I do anymore, it seems like. Constantly working. I haven't had any time for myself. As you can tell, I have no nail polish on my nails because I just don't have the time for that. But I'll get to it soon, I'm sure. There's just so many things I want to get done and get out of the way. I hope that everybody else is doing well and that they're enjoying their summers. Where I live in California, and we've gotten 90-degree heat, and the humidity is just as high. It's just outrageous. But that's just the state. We always have at least 72 to I'd say 82 in range in the weather, weekly weather. So I shouldn't complain about that, but sometimes it's like I can't breathe. So let's start with this week, because I feel like it's just stopped for me. That's why I started counting the cards. I'm like, what? So anyway, let's start off with this week. Maybe I know that my last couple of readings have gone close to 23 to 25 minutes, and to me that's kind of long. And I'm not one for, like, some of these readers. They put in these long introductions with the music and all that, and I'm like, I'm one of these. Just get to the point. So our first card is Deep Knowing. Now, that we had that card last week, and I believe, and all it is you need to trust your instincts this week. Now, you've held off because of Mercury retrograde. I know that most of you have held off on making decisions or buying things that you need. And but I would say by the 14th or 15th, you can go ahead and make those purchases if you can afford it. without stretching the bank account, But if you need something, I would say after around the 14th, 15th, you can go ahead and start making those plans and doing the thing to get the things that you need. Also, trust your instincts on if you feel that there's like a dark entity or somebody's trying to send you, messages in your mind, and you're like, I don't think like that, All that is somebody is trying to get your attention. They want you to feel bad. Maybe they're having a bad day and they don't want you to be happy. So they're sending you all this negative energy and things like that. And all you have to do, like I always say, cancel, clear, delete, or send back to sender. That's not my energy. Our next card here is TikTok. Now this is the go-to. We're like I said, anywhere on the 14th or 15th, tick, tick, the clock is ticking now. So now you can start getting going and, you've made those lists, the things that you need or those things you need to accomplish. Maybe you need to review your resume and update it. Or maybe you need to write a really detailed cover letter. Now's the time to get that going, and make those last adjustments and things and ready to submit. If you have to submit a bunch of documents or legal documents for the job that they're calling you for, or that you're submitting an application to. But time is of the essence now. So we're moving forward and we're going to enjoy this week because we're going to go like this, pretty soon. And so you want to be ready. So make sure that resume is updated. Make sure that you have frequently, use the software that you're going to be using in this new position or job if you get it. And make sure that, you have, if maybe you need to do a mock interview, have one of your friends, or even you just ask yourself or write out questions. And then as you say it out loud, then you give the answer to, so you know how to present yourself or, or to answer them in a most professional way. Here we go with the TikTok. Something's happening and here's the message in the bottle. You get a response or somebody's contacting you to see if you'd be interested in working for their company, or maybe somebody wants to sponsor you to work for them. Like maybe it's a 6-month, 3-month contract, and they want to hire you to do the work for them. And you can do it at home or on your spare time, but it has to be done within, a certain amount of time. And you're going to say yes, because, these contracts, they pay more than they do the employees, because it's only in a short period of time that you get to do the information or the work, and it has to be professionally done. And it could be a new love, just thinking that you're the hottest thing since sliced bread, and they want to ask you out for a date. It's up to you, of course, because, if maybe you don't even know who this person is, they just have a crush on you, and they want to finally make sure that that they are interested in you. Would you be wanting to go out on a date with them? That kind of thing. Now, it's up to you, because I don't see anything negative in this card. However, you're going to have 2 people after you, I said, 2 people this month that are wanting your attention. One is an ex, and one is a brand new person. Now, they both have lust in their minds, and they're even though they try to hide it from you, you're too smart for that, and you can sense what they're actually after. So maybe neither one of these people, it could be men or women, doesn't matter. Sex, the sex of the persons don't matter in this, but use your discernment. Make sure that it's the kind of person that you want to associate with, that you don't mind being around, and that they are at your level. And by that, I mean, educational, so you can have a nice intellectual conversation. Or maybe they have, they like hiking, you like hiking. Maybe they like to go to bookstores, enjoy a hot cafe mocha, and you like to do that too. You can peruse the stores, pick up a couple of books, It's such a wonderful thing to do on a Sunday afternoon. Maybe they want to go to a movie. And if you like movies, then the 2 of you can enjoy yourself if you want that. So these right here, boy, trust your instincts on this first card. And then as things start to happening, you're on the right track. Now, here, you're starting a new life. Okay, you're ready. You let the past go, the past people go. You don't want to deal with them anymore because you learned your lessons. Either it's old employers or old jobs, and you want something new, something that's more up your alley, something that you can do for free if you had to. It's that much, that important to you. If it's something you're passionate about, you probably do it for free if you could, but you want to get paid. Okay, so let's make that clear. So this is your new life starting right now. You've got things are happening. You're being offered a job or offered a date or something. Something new is beginning, and that's your new life happening. So don't let it pass you by. Grab onto it with the both. I would say other things, but just grab onto it with both hands and enjoy your time together. Enjoy your new life. You've earned it. And then this one is a co-create. So maybe this message in the bottle and this new person asking you out or wanting a meet cute or whatever you want to call it, they want to co-create with you. They have ideas for a business or a job or even just a project. It could be a creative project or it could be a business plan that they're trying to get off the ground here, and they are asking you, hiring you. Of course, they want your knowledge base, and they want to know if you will help them. But make sure if they give you a contract, or even if they don't, you tell them, I want a contract and I want everything spilled out before I would sign or help you, because you need to make sure that your interests are covered too. Not just somebody saying, oh yeah, I'll take care of that later. No. Before you commit to anything, make it sure it's in writing and it's all up to what you expect and agreed upon. Okay, so co-create if you want, or you can co-create with the universe. Here's that owl, that's wisdom right there. The cheetah, strength, power, and rapid response, because they can just leap at something further than anything I've seen before. But if you're willing to co-create, now's the time to do it and get your feet in the ground or feet wet in doing something, because then when that project is finished, you can actually go and do one on your own, or you can gather other clients and you can do the same thing for them. Or like build a website or create a outline of a book, or even a book cover, or maybe you're going to write a screenplay for somebody because they see your talents, and they've really been watching what you've been uploading and writing, and they just really think you're all that and a bag of chips. So here you go. What a wonderful week. I didn't even notice that. This is going to be a fantastic week. This is happy. You're celebrating. You're going, I got it. I got it. I'm being silly, of course, but you are so ecstatic that you got a client that wants to pay you, and of course now you have to do the work, but you just can do whatever you need to do, and I would say celebrate, and once you get paid, go ahead and spend a few bucks on yourself because you've earned it, okay? And don't let anybody stop you from feeling good about yourself and your achievements. Don't let anybody do that. People are always willing to knock you down because they haven't got the opportunities that you're now getting, and they don't like it. But we don't care about that. We're not even going to pay attention to them. We're going to just keep on walking forward and getting, job after job, payment after payment, and you put a portion of that, of course you all know that, put a portion away in your savings account so you can have it for the future. And our last card here for this week is flexible. Now, in everything, when you negotiate a job, a contract, or when you're going to work with a friend or an ex-boss or anything like that, you have to be flexible because not everything is going to go according to what you desire and what you want to control and things like that. So there's always a give and take on each side, but you're an adult. You know that. As long as it doesn't, do anything that keeps you being, pushed down, or maybe having you to have to lie to protect them. But then when the thing comes back to you, nobody's there to protect you. So don't agree to any of that. Say, I will never lie for anybody in this company. I always am honest and ethical, and that's the way I'm going to keep it. But just be flexible about the terms. and what you need and what they need, but always ask for a upfront, deposit fee to keep, just to get you started. And that's a good faith. That's in good faith for the other person who is hiring you. I always, when I had my old business back a couple of years ago before COVID, I always asked each client for a good faith fee. And that was a certain amount of hours up front. And everybody was willing to do that because I had a reputation of getting things done. I didn't need anybody to babysit me or anything like that. I am a doer. I don't wait for other people to tell me what to do. It's by the time they would come around and tell me what to do, I had the whole job done. So it's just one of those kind of things. So be flexible in this age and time and era. We all need to, everybody in the world needs to be flexible and keep that anger and that disappointment and that negativity down to a minimum. So everybody, this looks like a fantastic job. I mean, a fantastic week, because I looked at this when I dealt out the cards, and I didn't even pay attention until I started reading the cards, and I'm like, yes, this is a fantastic week. So I'm wishing you all well. I'm hoping that everything that these cards say, each and every one of you are blessed with something wonderful that happens to you this week. And if you like this video, please go ahead and do a thumbs up and subscribe. It really does help me. I'm a small channel, but I'm trying to build it up, and I just truly enjoy doing this. And one of the things that I found out about myself, that when you help somebody, you help yourself. So with that, I will leave you and have a wonderful week. This is 3333 Lightworker.